Hi, just put another video out. I got a letter from the police department today saying I had to take my sign off the tree and I could not illuminate it, so I removed it. You know, the Canby Police Department has sent me a letter, and they're really taking this personal. It's really not about Canby Police Department. They decided to be a team player and work with Nick Casey Napkin and start targeting me and ticketing me and basically taking my livelihood and threatening my rights and my privacy and whatnot. If you've seen the other videos, you know the story. But I want you to watch just a few minutes of this gentleman. Um, he's making a presentation to a city council regarding CCOPS. CCOPS is a group of laws or ordinances, more specifically, that different communities have adopted regarding surveillance techniques by law enforcement and rules and ordinance regarding how they're shared, how they're utilized, and if they're even allowed to be taken or not. So um, there's no doubt that drone surveillance and the different surveillances that you're going to hear about right now have their benefit. Um, there's no doubt about it. Law enforcement, it will be the first to tell you that they help if there's an Amber Alert or something of that nature, or an escaped prisoner, or a madman running down the streets with a gun or something. Able to surveil that person without getting too close, or surveil a wide range of a wide area, and able to find a car or find a license plate or find a person with facial recognition or whatnot. This is Canby though. I mean, there are situations, I'm sure, where a drone that can see through walls and see through your blinds would be appropriate to be used. But this is a type of situation where I believe there should be a system of checks and balances. Instead of just giving somebody a $20,000-$30,000 drone and saying, "Go investigate, Casey. Let us know what you find out. We'll be ready." So that's basically what's going on. And Mr. Napkin is flying his drone. I've seen it many times in the air above my home and above your homes, probably. He's taking footage. He's watching things. He's looking through your walls. He can see your thermal imaging. He can see how big. Check that. He can see things, your attributes, your kids' attributes, your wife's attributes. He can see if you're hot, or if you're perspiring, if you're cool, or he can see a lot of stuff. This technology should be, at the very least, monitored, and there should be a system of what's the term they use? I can't think of it. Anyways, it should be see-through. We should be able to see this footage. We should be able to see what he's taking pictures of or video of. Or someone should be seeing it. It shouldn't be just picked through and used for whatever reason by him, and then the rest just cataloged and put away, or uploaded onto a state database, or whatever. If they can't use it in court, then why do they need it? If they're surveilling us with these drones at 3:30 in the morning, 3 nights a week, 2 nights a week, but they can't use it in court, that's harassment. It's violating my rights. It's violating your rights. How many cars or how many houses are in between my house and your house, and that drone flies over? How many living rooms does he get to see in? How many interesting things pop up on his infrared thermal imaging camera that Yellow Medicine County residents bought him? So without further ado, I'm gonna let you watch this guy here. It's gonna run long, so you don't have to watch the whole video, but I'm interested to see what you think about this. And this is actually the heart of what is going on in my front yard with the signs and stuff. Drone technology has affected my life the last 8 months. It's affected my son's life, my mom's life, my uncle's life, my neighbor's life. They brought armed people into my home. They put a gun to my head. Allowed them to tear my house apart and search it. There's more to the story, obviously, but I'm not going to go into it on YouTube. Basically, the long and the short of it is, I feel like I've been wronged. I moved here for a fresh start, yada, yada, yada. Here we go.
Search them on your own if you will. Predictive policing software, police body cameras, drones, gunshot detection technologies like ShotSpotter, X-ray vans, through-the-wall sensor technology. Yes, that's a thing. So again, it's a large field, and right now decisions about whether it's used or not are really not necessarily known to you or even your representatives in government. All right, so let's kind of get down to brass tacks now. Does the ACLU think the benefits of using these technologies outweigh their drawbacks? So respectfully, that's the wrong question. We have an opinion and we'd like it to be heard, but ours is not the only opinion on the subject, and it's certainly not the most important opinion when it comes to local decision making. Do the police think the benefits of using these technologies outweigh their drawbacks? Well, that's the current question being asked, and often the only question being asked. And while their opinion may be valuable, it is also the wrong one to be principally focused on. Does the public, and especially members of the most impacted communities, think the benefits of using these surveillance technologies outweigh their drawbacks? That's the question you need to be asking. It is the question our elected officials should be focused on, and they should be fully empowered to act upon the opinions that they receive from their constituents. And that is what CCOPS is at its core. Yes, CCOPS is about surveillance technology, but CCOPS is fundamentally a good government and transparency effort that moves the question about decisions about the acquisition and use of surveillance technologies out of the darkness and into the light by giving elected officials and not the police the final say over the use of these technologies. Now, contrary to what some opponents that we faced in law enforcement community might tell you, the NYPD ran to Morning Joe to scream about this, CCOPS do not require the disclosure of state-level secrets that could compromise public safety. Rather, it provides the public with enough foundational information to enable them to engage in a well-informed debate about whether these technologies should be used, and if so, what limits should be placed on their use. CCOP laws also require that technology-specific use policies be drafted and approved as part of the technology's approval process, so that where technology approvals are granted, they come with legally enforceable limitations on their use and their data sharing, and also include provisions like auditing and oversight requirements and protections against civil rights and civil liberties abuses. Ultimately, CCOPS empowers elected officials to decide in an open public forum if the deployment of a proposed surveillance technology would produce a net benefit or harm to their constituents. And with 9 jurisdictions having already adopted CCOPS laws, including 2 in the last week, we are at a point where localities should no longer be asking if they need to adopt a CCOPS law, but rather should be asking why they don't already.
This video was put out in 2018, so there's been some movement on CCOPS laws. I'm currently not aware if there's any in Canby or in other areas. I'm kind of thinking probably not, but this is what I'm going to be going to talk to City Council about. We need to adopt some laws in this town or in this city that regulate it, that provide oversight, that still allows the state to retain public safety or things that they deem to be safety related, and so they still get the benefit of using this technology, but they have to do so with some oversight, some transparency, and some auditing type situations. And really, this kind of stuff shouldn't be decided in secret. The footage that Casey gets with his camera, like, it shouldn't be just decided unilaterally by him if he's going to use it or not, or share it, or if he's going to do whatever he's going to do with it. He shouldn't be allowed to take it at all um, unless there's deemed a reason to take it that impacts the state and it impacts the city in a positive way, public safety. Um, we've all been victims of this surveillance in Canby here. Um, he flies that drone regularly. I see it. Um, I hear it. I get phone calls when it's over my home. Um, this is kind of stuff that needs to be regulated. And if it already is regulated, then uh, some some accountability needs to take place by Mr. Napkin. He's an investigator for the Yellow Medicine County Sheriff's Department. He's not he's not empowered to make some of these decisions currently. I don't believe he is, but he is. Um, we just give him this $30,000 drone and let him run amok with it. That's not right. In this situation, the gentleman's not stable. He is easily provoked. He's easily angered. He's over the top. For this city, I never expected the Casey Napkin to be here. I don't know. You guys know. You've been here a lot longer than I have. What's up with Casey Napkin? Does he really need to be a sheriff? I hate to drag the actual sheriff into this, but is he looking into anything like of his behavior or his tactics as an investigator, or is it just something that he just is accepting the determination of Casey and utilizing little snippets of footage that he turns in for search warrants and for whatnot as he sees fit, and the rest he just gets to use and consume and share and look at his leisure and or however he wants to do it. There's nobody that's. This information is expensive. $30,000 is a lot of money. He's billing the sheriff's department for every hour that he's spending flying his drone around, looking at us in our underwear and in our bedrooms and through our blinds. And the percentage of it that goes up the ladder to the judicial system, to law enforcement judges and prosecutors and stuff, is, my guess is in the 10th of a percent. The rest is all on his hard drives or in his memories, or maybe he deletes it. Who knows what he does with it? He shouldn't be taking it in the first place. I'm going to put a link to this video that we're watching right now in the description. I thank you for watching. I appreciate the support that I have had. I understand that nobody wants to be the tallest male in this situation. Even my own family are hesitant to get on board with me on my protest because they live here, they have to live here, and this gentleman has gone unchecked with no oversight, no transparency, and for a long time now. And frankly, they're apprehensive about joining what I'm talking about, because what if he comes after them? I can move. I can leave the area, and it's not a great bunch of harm lost. But my family and others in the community that may be concerned about this have spent their whole lives here. They have kids and generations of kids here. This is their home, and having a lunatic cop with a list of people that oppose him is a fairly, it's fairly scary. This is at the heart of what I'm talking about. I'm gonna stick around until my house sells, and I'm probably gonna go. In a situation like this, if I do get an attorney and I do file lawsuits or seek some kind of legal remedy, then I might stay. But as it stands now, it's not a fight that I'm prepared to just go to jail over, or get killed over, or be looked at just the way I am looked at in town now. Um, People have made their decision about me, and um, I'm sad for that because I'm not the gentleman that Mr. Napkin is portraying me as. Um, I'm not that. I'm far from that. So, have a good night. Sorry for being so long-winded. Um, Check in on Wednesday. You'll see me at on the minutes of the city council meeting. I'm going to make my presentation and voice my mind and my opinion, and then I'm going to step back. I'm not going to I'm not prepared to take this to the death or to the nth degree. Even though I'd like to, I feel strongly about it. Um, this is your community just as much as it's mine. It's more yours than it is mine. I just moved here a year ago, so um, let's get behind this and let's try to make some changes in Canby. Um, Having an overzealous lunatic hovering above us, looking through our windows and through our walls, and using technology to just gather information, and then going to the bar and drinking and spouting off about it, and then talking to other people, and they talk to other people, and we're a small community. We can't afford to have that. We need to be a tight knit community. We need to have each other's back. Talking crap behind each other's back at coffee or while you're grabbing a beer, um, and having the salacious rumors that Mr. Napkin um, drums up and provokes is not healthy for our community. It's not healthy for anybody. Um, Once again, I pray for Canby, and I actually I do pray for Mr. Napkin. I hope he sees the error of his ways, and changes his modes of investigation, and has a little bit more of an open mind. People do change, and people are not always who you think they are. Um, he doesn't know me. What he knows from me is gleaned from footage looking through my windows, or listening to my ex-girlfriends, or whoever else claims to know me. Um, I can honestly say I've lived in Canby a year, and I know 3 or 4 people in town. The rest I really don't know. I recognize names and stuff, but I don't really recognize. It's been so long, so um, have a good night.